Hey y'all, it's Mia LePage, and in today's video I will be teaching you how to become an NBA dancer and make your dream dance team. So I'm Mia. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a dancer, content creator. While I was in college this past year, I had the opportunity to dance for the NBA Philadelphia 76ers, and today I will be teaching you how to make an NBA dance team. While I danced for the 76ers, the audition process is pretty similar across the board between the teams. So while I'll be pulling from my experience with the Sixers, I'm also going to speak generally about the audition process and how to best prepare for NBA dance team auditions. If you're looking to audition for pro teams and get into the pro team dance world, then this is the video for you. So I remember when I was getting ready to audition for the 76ers, I was all over YouTube looking up videos just like this one to become as prepared as possible for the audition, because I wanted to put my best foot forward and I wanted to have the best chance of success and making it onto the team and accomplishing my goal. So my first piece of advice when starting your NBA dancer journey is to research the team that you're looking to audition for, research the dancers on the team you're planning to audition for, and if you can find the coaches' Instagram and research their work. This is just the smartest thing I think you can do. You can see like what the dancers are wearing. If you go to, I know that the Sixers Instagram account is at 76ersENT. Miami Heat is like Miami Heat Dancers. You have the Laker Girls, you have the Lovables. Like each team has an Instagram. And on that Instagram, some of them will post like audition outfit ideas. Some of them will post like insight into actual auditions and clips from that, so you can see what girls are wearing and try to get an outfit similar to that if they're wearing more form-fitting clothing, something like a crop top and leggings, or if the team you're auditioning for is more hip-hop based and they're in sweats and a crop top or cropped hoodie. Like, you want to see what the vibe of the team is so that when you go to the audition, you want to make it as easy for the judges as possible to see you on that team tomorrow, dancing next to the dancers that are already on the team. So I personally, when I auditioned for the Sixers, I went in blue sweats. I wore red booty shorts that kind of like popped up above my sweatpants line, and then I wore a blue like bedazzled bra top. So I wore the Sixers colors. You don't have to do that. Some teams actually don't want you to wear their colors, I've heard. But for me, I felt like I would feel best wearing the colors and showing up as a Sixers dancer so that they can be like, we can see her as a Sixers dancer, if that makes sense. Also, things that you can find out by following the teams and researching the dancers are, you can ask dancers questions about the audition process. I know a lot of people have reached out to me asking me what auditions are like, how I would suggest they prepare, what advice I have for them, and I'm always happy to answer and help because I know how it feels to be in those shoes, wanting to make a team and being nervous and not knowing what to expect. And I'm so thankful to the girls on the team that I reached out to who were able to provide me with advice and assistance and also put in a good word for me, which helped because when it got around to auditions and stuff, the coach was like, nice to see you again. Like, she had seen my face previously, and that can always help your case. So I would definitely follow the dancers, follow the team Instagram. They'll post updates about auditions and all that jazz. So that's tip number one. That was actually tip number 1 and 2 a little bit, because tip number 2 is don't be afraid to reach out to the dancers and inquire about auditions. So I guess I'll share a way that I reached out. Like, I found like 2 of the girls' Instagrams and I DM'd them and was like, hi, I'm Mia, I'm a dancer in Philly. I love like what you guys do. I'm super inspired by the work that you do on the Sixers, and I would love to know if there are any auditions coming up or any opportunities to get involved with the 76ers program. Just something like that. If they don't respond, don't take it personally. People are really busy, especially when they're dancing for the NBA. There's rehearsals, there's games, there's all this. Hopefully they respond. I would also just say ask around the dance community. Tell people that you're interested, and they might be like, oh, I actually know somebody who did it, or I know this person. Don't tell everybody, obviously. You don't want everybody in your business know what you're doing and sending negative energy, but I would definitely use your resources, because in dance classes, when I would talk to my friends about like thinking about auditioning for the team, especially if you know a girl who's done the team before or has friends on the current team, definitely talk to them about it, because they might be more than willing to connect you with members of the team and try to help you out. Number 3 is to sign up for classes and pro workshops. So there should be some in your area. I know there's different teams all over, and you can follow like different pro team accounts on Instagram to know about them. The pro workshop that I found was through Powerhouse Dance Studio, and they had a workshop with one girl who danced on the Sixers, a guy who danced on the Sixers, and then a girl who danced for the Patriots and the Celtics. So a couple people from Sixers and then a couple people from other teams, but it was really great to like get their insight. We were able to do a Q&A, ask questions, get answers. We did a mock audition, so they taught us like a combination that they would perform on the court. So you got to kind of feel that team style. That combo was taught by the Sixers dancers, so I was able to kind of learn like what the Sixers style is and get familiar with like certain moves that you'll see on the court. So that was super helpful. I also met a couple friends at that workshop that ended up being my teammates later on, so you really never know. And I would just say when you go to those workshops, make friends, soak it all in, ask questions. Like that time is for you to prepare yourself as best as possible, and if you make friends, it's even cooler if you guys become teammates. So I would definitely look at those in your area. I know there's some email lists that you can join that will send you updates about the different workshops and also about the different audition dates of the teams. Get used to that pro team style because it's different, it's unique, it's its own thing. Even if you've danced other styles, it's just different, and you just want to get your body familiar with it so that when it comes time to audition, you feel super prepared. Okay, tip number 4. This tip, just keep this one in mind. This was probably one of the biggest things I needed to hear when I was auditioning, so I hope this helps. Practice your athletic tricks. A kip up and a head spring are like 2 standard moves that you're gonna see teams doing on the basketball court. When I auditioned for the Sixers, I did not have my kip up, I did not have my head spring, and the first combo that we did was an athletic combo. So imagine going to an audition and your confidence is kind of just like, damn, I can't do this. But even though I didn't have those skills in my back pocket for that athletic combo, I still wanted to show that I'm capable of still getting through a combo and not giving up, not walking off, nothing like that. So instead of doing like a head spring, I think I did like a back roll up from the floor. And instead of doing a kip up, I think I just kind of like rolled back and then like kind of hopped up into a squat type of thing. And they were completely fine with that because the Sixers is cool in a way where they want to have a diverse group of dancers from all different walks of life, so they're not expecting that everyone has the same training. And we did have some days during the season where we just worked on tricks. We brought out mats, people that knew how to do the tricks helped teach other teammates who needed help, and by the end of the season I was able to get my kip up and my head spring and performed it on the court and danced, landed it. I was so proud of myself. It just goes to show that even if you don't have something at auditions, depending on the team that you're auditioning for, as long as they see you trying and they see you giving effort and passion and like making it work, there's still a chance that they're gonna see potential in you and want to have you on the team. But if you're auditioning for a team that like that's a must, like it's not like a if you have it, if you don't, like you have to have it, work on those. I took a gymnastics class at my school that actually really helped me get stronger. But the kip up is a lot of arm strength. You need to have like a back bend, things like that. So I would just work on those moves because those are typical moves that you'll see in a routine. So tip number 5 is to find your look. Okay, this is what I have written down. I have hair. Because if you are looking at team pictures and you see a lot of girls with blonde hair, you might want to dye your hair brown. If you see a lot of girls brunette, vice versa, you might want to get some blonde highlights. If you see a lot of girls with long hair, you might want to chop it. If you see a lot of brunettes and blondes, you might want to go red. Basically, you want to make your look stand out from something that they don't already have on the team, because if they already have good tall blonde girls, then why would they need another good tall blonde girl? You know what I mean? Do everything you can to make yourself stand out and make them feel like they need you on the team, that they don't already have someone like you and they need you. I didn't go too crazy, but I definitely did get some blonde highlights to brighten up my hair, because also I felt like it looked better in photos and better on court. And on the court, you're getting a lot of photos taken of you, videos, you're on the big screen, so you want to look your best. And for me, I just felt like I wanted to brighten up my hair a little bit, so I wrote, when you look good, you feel good, and when you look good, you feel good, you dance good. You dance your best when you look your best. So when it comes to makeup, figure out what your go-to game day makeup routine is. I will be doing a video showcasing my game day makeup routine, so if you're unsure of like where to start or what products to use, like I will help you all out. But definitely solidify that. So I also, part of my look is my piercings. Some NBA teams don't like tattoos and don't like piercings. Some do not care. Again, the Sixers is very welcoming, very inclusive, so they wanted us to show our styles. We never had a makeup look that the entire team had to do. We were able to do whatever makeup look we wanted to do. So some girls would do really awesome eyeshadow. I would do a red lip. Some girls would do more of a pink or a nude. You really were able to do what you wanted as long as it looked good and looked stage ready. Yeah, find your look, and this also comes down to audition outfit. Audition outfits, I would say wear bright colors and wear bodycon clothing. Like, you want to show off your figure. As an NBA dancer, it's not just about the dancing, it's about the look. It is what it is, so you need to like show off your figure, do your makeup, like lashes, like you want to look stage ready, like a camera's gonna be on you at every second. They want something that stands out, that catches their eye. Don't show up in sweats to an audition. It never gave that. Some of these things, like, you would think are common sense, but some of these things we just need to think like about again when we're doing auditions like this, because you never want it to be like a small reason that you weren't picked. Like, you could be the best dancer in the room, but they're like, they don't like your hair color, or they don't like the outfit. Like, you don't want that to be the reason you don't make your dream team. Tip number 6 is to put yourself in the front at auditions. Don't be scared. Don't set yourself up by standing in the back line, because that shows that you're not confident and shows that you're not like taking advantage of the opportunity. Stand in the front. I personally stood right in front of the judges. And I just like was confident the whole time, because judges don't just look at you when you're dancing, they look at how you're warming up, they look at how you're interacting with people. So me and my friend like went right to the front. We like smiled at each other, talked to each other before the audition started. The judges aren't just looking at the way you dance, they're looking at the way that you warm up. Are you paying attention to the instructor? Are you really stretching? Are you taking your time? They are paying attention to all of that. They're paying attention to the way that you learn and everything, the way that you look at other people in the room, the way you interact with other people. Never be rude to somebody at an audition, as those people, like the people that check you in, could very well be the people deciding if you make the team or not and sitting behind the judges table. I went to an audition not for a pro team but for an artist, and I was checking in line, and the girl was like, I love your lashes. I was like, thank you so much. Like, we had like a whole little conversation, like talking. She was like, I wish you luck. I was like, thanks. Like, we had a great little talk chat, and then she ended up being one of the judges behind the table, and I booked that artist. So it really goes a long way when you just show that you're a nice person and you can get along with people, because when you're working with people for long hours, especially as an NBA dancer, like you might have rehearsals twice a week, plus 2 games a week, plus appearances. Like, you're gonna see these people a lot, and they want to know that they're bringing people onto the team that are going to be fun and enjoyable to work with. Stand in the front of the room, but also don't do too much, and support everyone in the room. Smile and wave to everybody. Just be like super full of life and ready to learn and ready to engage, and the judges will really appreciate that. Now, this one should go without saying, but unfortunately I have been to some auditions where I literally was the only one to do this when this should be an audition standard. But bring a headshot and resume. And if you don't know how to make a resume, go on to casting agency websites like Block, like Clear Talent Group, like MSA. Click on the talent that they have, on the choreographers, on the dancers, click view resume, and then structure your resume after that resume. There's so many templates out there, there's so many ways to find that information. Do it, because do not show up without a headshot and resume. That's just unprofessional. I honestly feel like you cannot call yourself a dancer unless you have a headshot and resume. It's like calling yourself a model but not having digitals, or calling yourself a doctor but not having like your surgical thing, like things that you need to be a doctor. Like, it's just, one goes with the other. Like, if you're a dancer, you need to have your headshot and resume. That is like so important. If you're the only one to bring a resume and nobody else does, and you offer it to them and they take your resume, like, that just shows that you're more professional than any other dancer in the room, and that's gonna stick out to them. I've done that before, and I was casted for the audition because nobody else had a headshot and resume, but they know I meant business. They knew I was serious about this and serious about dance and took myself seriously as a dancer, and they respected that, and I got offered the position. So just always have a headshot and resume in your bag, and if they don't need it, they don't ask for it, any of that, at least you were prepared. You can't go wrong with having an extra headshot and resume in the bag, so don't be the one without one. Number 8, practice common interview questions. So a huge part of the audition process for becoming an MBA dancer is an interview. So teams will either do a group interview in person with like 3 or 4 dancers in a room asking questions, and you kind of have to do something to make yourself stand out because there's 4 of you. The way that the Sixers do their interview questions is they sent out actually like a Google form type of thing with a bunch of different questions, and we had to type and answer those. If you do have to type, check your grammar, check your spelling, check all of that, because you don't want a typo to be the reason that they don't trust you. Know some basic info on the team. Know like the starting players. Know a couple of the like team's biggest players. Know the coach's name. Know the CEO. Have in the back of your mind why you want to be a part of this team and what you can add to this team, because those are questions that they will ask you. Why do you want to be a Sixers dancer? Why do you feel like we should want you on the Sixers dance team? Those are going to be questions that you are asked, so definitely have an answer ready to go for those questions. So tip number 9 is to train. Train. The year leading up to my audition for the Sixers, I was in the studio every single week, at least like 3 times a week. I was taking all types of classes. I was taking hip hop, jazz, contemporary, a lot of pro team classes, and I was also taking classes not just at a studio, but also like traveling to New York and taking classes. Being from Philly, that's like a train ride away, so I would go and take other classes, taking a bunch of different classes in Philly. You want to stay on your toes and stay ready, because the amount of stamina you need and the amount of stamina that's required as an MBA dancer is insane. Like, you will have long game days, long rehearsal days, and your body needs to be ready. Another part of that is staying healthy, like taking vitamins, not getting sick, because auditions can be hefty. For the Sixers, it was 1 day after the initial round of you had to submit your headshot and resume, and then a dance video to get invited to the in-person audition, and then after the in-person audition, I know that other teams, it's week long, or it's 3, 4, 5 days in a row, all day long. MBA can be a hefty audition process. It can be a few days, so you want to be ready to go. In order to prep for that, you want to be in dance as much as possible, taking all different styles. And also, if you're auditioning for a team like Miami Heat, the Brooklyn Nets, the Knicks City Dancers, they dance in heels. So you want to, if you've never danced in heels before, at least dance a year prior to auditioning for the team. Put on a pair of heels, take a heels class, take a beginner class, and definitely learn how to dance in heels, because you will be doing that on those teams. The Sixers is more hip-hop, family-friendly, so they don't dance in heels, but this is why it's super important. Referencing back to one of my first tips, following the dance team on Instagram, the coaches and the dancers, to see what they're doing, what they're wearing, maybe what classes they take. I know I was taking classes with the Sixers dancers around the area before I even auditioned, so I knew some of the dancers, which was really cool. So definitely just get into class, maybe find out what they're doing through Instagram, figure out what the team's doing, see what style they're doing, if they're in heels, if they're in sneakers, if what classes you need to be in. That's the best way to prepare yourself. Okay, so the last tip is to be early. Be early, be nice, and be kind to every single person that you interact with. Make friends, spread positive energy, and say thank you to the judges. I kind of mentioned this earlier, but yeah, just being a pleasant person to be around. Have audition etiquette. Don't talk when the choreographer's teaching. Seriously, be on your P's and Q's. Be professional, because professionalism is huge when you're working for the MBA. My last tip, that's tip number 10. I hope that all of these tips are helpful to you when you're planning to audition for your dream MBA dance team, and I hope that you all are future MBA dancers. I can add that to your resume. Look forward to my next couple of videos. I'm going to be doing my game day makeup and hair routine, and also my real and honest truth and experience as an MBA dancer for the Sixers. So that video will be even more Sixers based, but I hope that this helps anybody, no matter what team that you're auditioning for, kind of know where to start in your audition prep journey. And if you want to follow my journey, you can follow me on Instagram at @MielaPage. My TikTok is also at @MielaPage. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and come back next time. And forever and always, go Sixers!